Hi everybody, it's Dr. Lisa here and welcome to our Hangout. The doctor is in from a very foggy uh, Minnesota evening right before Halloween. And I'm coming to you right from my easy chair tonight because my husband had to use our office to work on a major project that he has for his teaching job. So I'm relegated down here for to doing our talk tonight. And I really appreciate all the great feedback I've been getting with the last couple of Hangouts. So I thank you so much for leaving your comments. A lot of you have mentioned things to me on Facebook or even on the YouTube comments. So please keep them up. I have got some incredible content planned for you in the upcoming sessions. And also look for some cool stuff for me. Last night I was just kind of tinkering under the hood with Google Plus and came across with some super cool techniques that I will be sharing with you either on my YouTube channel or coming up on future Hangouts. So stay tuned for those. Tonight we're going to we're going to talk about the $1,000,000 myth, and this is something that I think for a lot of people, I see a lot of times people don't take action when they're starting a home business. Things hold them back, and sometimes we don't know why that is. And part of that could be is that when you're out there and you see all these income claims of people making, $1,000,000 or they're making, 50 grand a month. And for some people, that number might be too big to attain. And sometimes people get in their head that in order to be successful online, to them $1,000,000 is what's going to do it. And tonight I really want to talk about that and kind of clarify some things for you. So before we get started, again, if you haven't signed up yet on my mailing list, please do so at www.digitalmarketingdoctor.com so that you can get on the list and find out what I'm doing, any tips, tricks, blog updates, as well as a lot of people love it when I send them stuff on Friendly Friday Freebie Day. And you never know what I'm going to be pulling out of my vault to share with you. So please sign up on that list just to make sure that you're getting that information. So let's get started. I'm going to bring up my, on here, the PowerPoint slides. And let me see if I can find them. There we go. And here we are, and we're going to be talking today about the $1,000,000 myth. Okay, now we talked about a while ago, or actually in the first hangout that we did, is I asked you a question: why do you want to start an online business in the first place? And we wanted you to get a deep why. And the answer to this question will be a strong force to what your ultimate goal is. If you can't answer this question honestly, then you really shouldn't be starting an online business. You have to know why you're getting into this in the first place so you can develop an action plan. And what I'm going to be teaching you through these Hangouts is going to help you get there. But if you don't know where you're going, it's going to be hard to know when you've arrived. Once you've put in the hard work and have developed a couple of diversified income streams that are making you money, then you can take some time off to enjoy life. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, when you're building a home-based business, there is a price to pay up front, and you're going to be putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort. Okay? And what we said before, like yesterday with the shiny object people thinking that you're going to get rich quick with 13 clicks of a mouse and uploading a business in a box. It doesn't work that way. It's going to take work. You're going to have to put some time into it, some blood, sweat, and tears. But when you do it right, you're going to have a great payoff. Okay? If you don't want to put in the time and the effort, then I just suggest that you don't even start a home-based business program. Okay? What I'm going to be teaching you and what these hangouts are going to be is we're talking about taking proven action in a series of steps to build an asset that's going to be there for you for years to come, no matter what the next new trend in internet marketing or network marketing is, no matter what new shiny object comes out, you're not going to be phased, okay? They're just going to be tools for your business. And like we talked about yesterday, and I really hope you did that assignment that I told you to clear out your email box and really start looking at when people are promoting those launches at you. Really look at that and answer the question, is it something that I need that will help develop my business? If it's not going to help develop your business, stay away from it. Okay, so as we were saying, sorry for the rant there, is we're talking about putting in the hard work when you're building a home-based business. If you pay the price, work hard, you're going to have a really huge payoff. And before you know it, you're going to be enjoying the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of, and know that the passive income will be coming in no matter if you're on vacation for a month or sleeping. That type of financial security is priceless. I've heard my mentor talking about it over and over again. You know, there's no greater feeling in the world that when all your bills are paid and you have cash in the bank and you can take a month off and not have to worry. She said it's the feeling is indescribable. So there is no other business like the home-based business where you could take off, work where you want to, and all you need is a laptop and an internet connection. If you really think about it, it's almost the perfect marketplace. So let's take a look of people who you might be encountering online. Now this is, I just want to tell you, this is not what it would be like. This is more like of a generic profile of your online audience. This is not like really specific to a certain niche. So when you look at the average profile of your audience, most of the users online, they're going to be educated, they're active online, they can afford to be online, and a lot of times they're impulse buyers. They are the instant gratification buyers, okay? They want something and they want it now. Now to drive this home, the question of why you want to start an online business, many of you are only going to have income goals only. You know, for example, you might have money to, you want to make enough money to buy a new car, pay for your kids' education for college, pay for expensive medical treatment, or eliminate debt. Those are just some common examples. There's really nothing wrong with these goals. However, the problem is what happens when you've reached your income goal. Okay, I have heard many stories of people who would once they've reached their goal, and if it's an income goal, then they sit back and say, is that all there is? And then they don't move on to anything else. So that's why it's really important that your why is so clear and so compelling. And I really hope that after that first hangout session we did, you sat down and you crafted your why. If you haven't, I suggest, stop listening to this hangout, go and listen to that first hangout. And then this is always going to be recorded and uploaded to the YouTube channel, so you can come back and listen to it. But it's really, really important that you have a strong why, okay? Now, most people, when they say why you start a home-based business, and we talked about this in the first session too, there are some standard pat answers, like wanting to get out of debt, wanting to, have some toys, you want to have a retirement, pay off, have something for rainy day, or in case of something happens, major medical incident, you have enough money that your family will be provided for. Those are just some common pad examples. And all of them kind of have a common thread. And it deals with freedom, okay? Freedom to do what you want with your time, when you want to do it, without being a slave to bills or without being a slave to a corporation or a boss. Now, the most successful online entrepreneurs are going to tell you that the number one reason they created an online business is freedom. That is the freedom to do what they want, when they want, whenever they want. So if they want to go on vacation on a whim for a month, they can do it. All right? They have the freedom to live the life the way they truly want to. Now, the challenge for most people going into an online business is that they don't know what it takes to achieve that type of freedom. And the biggest barrier to that, and we talked about this a little bit at the beginning, was the $1 million myth going on right now. And what I mean by the $1 million myth is, how much does it really take to live financially free? Somewhere along the way, when we hear these $1 million success stories, seeing the luxury cars, the jets, the yachts, etc., it gets planted into our subconscious that you need to make $1 million to be free. And for so many people, they say, I will make $1 million, or I will never make $1 million, so I will never be free. So they're really self-sabotaging themselves. And that's where you really need to kind of connect with your values. I remember being in my husband and I were in a network marketing company back in the mid-1990s. And one of the goals that they had for us, one of the first things our sponsors said was, okay, we got to make up a dream book. So we had to write down everything we would want or have if money would be no object. So we had to write down this whole list of stuff. And they were saying, oh, you want to have a Mercedes-Benz, or a BMW, and you want to live in this mansion and have a fur coat, or have, these Rolex watches and diamond bling and all this. And they were trying to come up with these list of toys for us. And then they told us, my sponsor then took us on a dream building exercise where we took a camera, one of those, back in the mid-90s, it was when cameras were still cameras. They weren't even the digital type yet. And we had to go out and stand and take a picture next to us in those cars, to luxury cars, or stand by the luxury homes. And my husband and I did that, but, we weren't successful because having a luxury car or having a luxury house that's not what we wanted the home-based business for, okay? That's not what we meant for being free. So we couldn't, so we were really self-sabotaging ourselves, thinking, oh, we're never going to be able to make or attain that type of vehicle or that type of lifestyle. That wasn't to who we were. Now, you have people who are like that, who think like that and think that's great. That's what they think, there's freedom. But let's look at the flip side of the coin. Compare to a yoga monk who lives in the Far East, who has no money but his rice farm and his yoga pad. Yet he's the happiest man on earth because he grows his own food, drinks his own purified water, and really has no worry or want. So he has a different perception of freedom. You see, guys, is that freedom is nothing than a matter of perception. So let me ask you this question. What does freedom mean to you? What do you need to be financially free? The bulk of this program is building a business that will have you hit, and we're going to be talking about in these Hangouts about a daily freedom number, which will help you, help you create and live this lifestyle, this freedom lifestyle. No matter what the lifestyle is, I'm going to show you how to bring it down to the dollars and cents so that you're going to be able to identify exactly what you need to earn to be financially free. Then build that business that supports that number and that lifestyle. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be in for a shock because most courses and trainings at this point, you'll say, add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, and poof, you're a millionaire. But we're going to break it. I'm going to break this down for you step by step. I want you to understand that it's scalable. It doesn't matter what level of income you're at. Okay? We're going to make it so that what you're working for is real and real to you. And everybody's going to have a different freedom number and a different version of free. You have to be authentic to you and true to you and what gets you excited about being free. Okay? You have to bust out of the $1 million myth. You have to get that out of your head. Freedom should be your goal, not $1 million. I'm going to say that again. Freedom should be your goal, not $1 million. And I'm going to tell you right now that there are people who are living the freedom lifestyle with a home-based business, making $100,000 a year, or if you want to break it down, to $10,000 a month passively should do the trick. All right? Passive income. And what do I mean by passive income? Okay? You have to understand what passive income is. And passive income, according to Wikipedia, is the income received on a regular basis with little effort required to maintain it. That's what we're looking to build here with your online business. It's a passive income system that the money keeps coming in whether you're working or not. And this is what I'm going to help you build. Now, understand, it's going to take time to build it, but once the system is in place, you will have that income to keep coming in while you focus on diversifying your business to continue to add to that passive income stream. But for now, I want to just focus our attention on the $100,000 a year. Okay, and I want to talk about the $100,000 a year lifestyle. And you are going to be blown away that the $100,000 a year lifestyle of how much more than that lifestyle can give you. Okay, you will be amazed what you can do with $100,000 a year. Okay, and you're getting that passively. And so in the next hangout tomorrow night, I'm going to take you through an exercise called the Daily Freedom Number. And when you do this exercise, I did this exercise with a coach, and when I was done with it, I was so excited because this was a number that I knew I could achieve. And I knew I would be successful with. And I'm going to teach you that tomorrow. So I really hope, even though tomorrow's Halloween, and you're probably going to be busy with the kiddos, that's totally fine, or you're dealing with the trick-or-treaters, I'll still make the hangout session, and like I said, it's going to be available for you so you can come in and download it and watch it at any time. So let's wrap things up here, and I'm going to talk about what is Doc's prescription here at this moment. So here's what I want you to do tonight. I want you to get out your journal And I want you to revisit the assignment that you did on our first episode where we talked about the power of why. And you have your motivating factor of why you're in an online business. Now I want you to think and want you to make a list and clarify, what does freedom mean to you? Okay? Is freedom meaning, are you going to be like the guy that has the yoga pad and, having your own rice farm, you can grow your own food? Is freedom to you being able to, have your, mortgage, living mortgage is entirely paid, and you're living on a little hobby farm, raising, raising dogs or cats, or, having a petting zoo? Well, whatever it is, be clear on that. Really clarify what that freedom is. And then and if you found this session helpful, I really want you to leave some comments and feedback. So you can either leave it on my YouTube channel, you can leave it on my Google Plus page, you can leave it on Facebook, or if you go to my website at www.digitalmarketingdoctor.com, you can also leave me feedback there as well. And again, if you haven't signed up for being on my mailing list, please, please do so, because you're going to get a lot more value. I am a value-driven person. I am going to be giving you tons of value, tons of things that are going to help you build your business in creating healthy, profitable websites, or whatever it is you choose to do. So with that said, I'm going to sign off for now. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.